ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं लंघुं पंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita study group. Thank you all for joining. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're studying the 14th chapter. We did the first 10 verses last week. The 14th chapter is very simple. It's a very direct chapter. And yet, it is one of the most important chapters because it is completely application based, right? It is for us to understand ourselves. It helps us understand what mode am I in, right? In my day-to-day interactions, in my day-to-day thoughts and actions, what is the mode that I am in? And Krishna, in the very beginning of this chapter, right in the second verse, Krishna says, Idam jnanam upashritya mama sadharmyam agataha. If you take shelter, ashray, of this particular chapter, mama sadharmyam agataha, you will come to my nature, right? Krishna is Satchit Ananda. If we understand the knowledge, if we realize the knowledge in this chapter, we will realize our own Satchit Ananda abilities. Right? Sat means eternal. And we will realize that we are eternal, and so sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanticha. When sarga happens, when creation happens, we will not be created again. And when destruction, when pralay happens, we will not be destroyed. Why? Because we will safely be in Golok Dham with Krishna. Right? So our aim should be to take shelter of this knowledge, to listen, to understand, and to apply this knowledge properly. Okay? So in the 13th chapter, we clearly understood that we are a combination of Jeev and Prakriti. Now in the 14th chapter, we should be able to clearly understand what is it that I, as Jivatma, what is it that I am doing and what is it that Prakriti is making me do, right? In this 14th chapter, we have to realize that bhai, I as Jivatma, I am in charge, and so I should not just do whatever my Prakriti is making me do. No, I should become conscious of my actions at all times. Because ultimately it is I, Jivatma, who will enjoy or suffer the consequences. Am I clear so far? So it's very, very important for us to be conscious of the fact that Jivatma is superior. Jivatma does not simply have to follow whatever Prakriti is making me do. Jivatma needs to take the lead. Okay? Otherwise, we will constantly be bound. Right? Last week we saw whichever mode we are in, we are still bound. Only difference is what? In Satogun, I'm bound by golden shacks. In Rajogun, I'm bound by silver shacks. And in Tamogun, I'm bound by iron shacks. But in whichever mode I am, I'm still getting stuck. Right? Even if I'm in the mode of goodness, I have no impetus to take up my spiritual life. Why? Because I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied in my material life. I don't feel the need to do what Krishna says. It's very hard to be humble, right? I have a sense of superiority when I'm in Satogun. In passion, what is happening? I can't give up the fruits. Why? Because I really, really want to fulfill my endless desires. I have unlimited desires, and because of these desires, I'm constantly very, very attached, right? I'm willing to even be sinful to fulfill my desires. And so I cannot take to bhakti. And in ignorance, I'm too stupid, too lazy, too miserable. So when I'm in ignorance, I don't even recognize Krishna's instructions. I'm just too stupid to understand right from wrong. I'm too lazy to perform austerities. Okay, so this is what we did last week. Today, Krishna continues to describe the three modes. He's doing this so that we get even more clarity, so that we can introspect and we can clearly understand. Okay, so from now on, whenever we perform an action, we should start becoming aware of which mode is prominent. Which mode am I working under? Only when I become aware will I be able to work on myself and make a positive change. Alright? Okay, so we'll start with verse number 11. Sarvadvareshu dehismin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyad vivruddham sattvametyuta.
The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge.
Wonderful. Now we all have learned that this body is called what? Navadware Pure Dehi. This body is a city of 9 gates. Do we remember this? Yeah. Okay. 2 eyes, nostrils, mouth, ears, the anus and the genitals. So we all know this body is called a city of 9 gates. The sense organs through which our body receives stimulus from the external world, right? These openings are called the gates of the body. This verse is saying, Sarvadvareshu. From all these gates, from all our sense organs in this body, Dehismin, Prakasha Upajayate. The light of intelligence shines. Okay? When does that happen? When we are controlled, when we are disciplined, when our senses are intelligently used, when they are under our control, which means the ears are refusing to hear improper sounds. The eyes do not want to see anything that is undesirable. The tongue will eat only Krishna Prasad, will not eat anything that is not proper. And the mind will be able to curb its attraction towards sensual objects. Okay? So, Sarvadvareshu Dehismin Prakasha Upajayate. Jnanam Yada Tada Vidyad. At that time, what is happening to Jnan? Vivruddham. मेरा ज्ञान जो है वो बढ़ रहा है. Why? Sattvam it yuttate. This is called the time when I am in Sato Gun. So when I'm in Satogun, I experience peace of mind. And because of that, there is a constant increase in my knowledge. I have good peace of mind. I'm able to understand what Guru Sadhu Shastra are trying to tell me. And therefore, I listen and my knowledge increases. This is what happens when I'm in Satogun. At this particular time, we're all gathered to try and understand a few verses of the Bhagavad Gita. At this time, our ears are listening to Shastra. Our eyes are in our books. Right? We understand that we need to cleanse our senses and put them in service of the Lord. We're gaining knowledge from Shastra. So we're properly situated in Satogun. Okay? Now let's see what happens when Rajogun increases. Please repeat. Verse number 12. Lobha pravrittir arambha karmanam ashamah spruha rajasyetani jayante vivruddhe bharatarshabha. Okay? Krishna is telling us what my mind and body will experience when I'm in Rajogun. Okay? When Rajogun is dominating. Lobha, greed. Okay? Pravrutti, endless activity. Because I have so many desires, I want to keep working and working and working. All my activities are motivated by lobha. Ashama spruha. I have uncontrollable desires. I want this, I want that, I want that, and I want that. So there's restlessness, there's longing. Okay? There's so much greed that I have to keep performing activities, and all these activities are very selfish activities. For me, for me, for me. I can only think of me, myself, and I. I'm constantly restless, right? I'm also restless because I'm working and I don't know what the outcome will be. It's a horrible, vicious cycle because I keep working because I want to attain something. And because of that, there's so much stress and there's so much anxiety. And as soon as I achieve what I wanted to achieve, there is yet another new desire, sends me straight back to work. Right? I'm sure all of us have experienced this. Right? It's not possible that we've not gone through this. We've all been young. We've all had these endless desires. We've all traveled so much. Ye bhi karna hai, wo bhi karna hai, ye bhi kamana hai, ye bhi lena hai. And it keeps driving us to the next desire. एक खत्म होने के पहले the next one खड़ा हो जाता है. Right? That is why, in fact, one of our regulative principles, it just says no gambling. But what it essentially means is don't do any activity which pushes you into anxiety and stress. Why are we told not to gamble? Right? Very simple, because we don't have control over the results. We will always be in anxiety and we will never be able to stop. If we lose, we continue to gamble in the hope that I will win next time. And if we win, then too, I want to win again. Hai na? So what happens when Rajogun is prominent? My desires are endless and I will keep getting stuck in that chakkar. Alright? Now let's see what happens when Tamogun increases. Please repeat verse number 13. Aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasyetani jayante vivruddhe kurunandana. Okay, see, the word vivruddhe is common in all three verses. Vivruddhi means when that particular gun is very high. Okay, so when Satogun is very high, we saw what happens. There's prakash everywhere. When Rajogun is very high, you just can't stop your activities, right? You're pushing yourself to work more and more and more. And now we're looking vivruddhe of Tamogun. Okay, aprakashaha. In Satogun, there is prakasha upajayate. The light of intelligence is shining. Sarvadvareshu dehismin prakasha upajayate. From every gate, from every sense in my body, Prakash, the light of intelligence is shining. Because my senses are controlled and disciplined. Here in Tamogun, exact opposite. Aprakashaha, darkness, ignorance, no knowledge. A person in Tamogun, in the mode of ignorance, does not have knowledge of what is right and what is wrong. Whatever he does whimsically. He does randomly, just impulsively, with no thought at all. Right? The other characteristics are apravrittihi. He has no pravrutti to act. Inactivity. He is so lazy, he just does not want to work. He has the capacity to work, right? He's hatta katta mushtanda, but he does not want to put any effort, right? So, apravrutti, sab kaam band karna hai. Pramada, madness, moha, illusion. He has no idea of what to do, what not to do, right? This whole concept of YOLO, you only live once, right? So do whatever you want. Absolute rubbish, right? We don't belong to the YOLO category. We believe that karma has its result, right? We believe that life after life, karma accumulates and we bhogo our karmas, right? So those people who believe in bhai ek hi zindagi jeeni hai, jo karna hai kar lo, hai na? That is rubbish. No idea of what to do and what not to do. We should listen to what Kabir ji says. Jheeni, jheeni, bheeni, chadariya. Right? If you weave a chadariya, a blanket just does not come into existence. It comes one stitch at a time. है ना? एक stitch जब डालते हैं, carefully, properly, with good attention. Every stitch has to be put with proper attention, very, very carefully. Only then at the end do we have a beautiful chadariya. So, jheeni, jheeni, bheeni, chadariya. Slowly, slowly, with every action that we perform, we weave the cloth of our life. Right? If you're interested, do listen to Kumar Gandharva singing Jheeni, Jheeni, Bheeni, Chadariya. It is soul stirring. Okay, definitely make a note of it and listen to it. So please keep in mind that these modes, Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun, they dictate what we do. Okay? Even our attitude towards God, our attitude towards the spiritual path. When in Satogun, we become aware of how much God has given us. Right? We start thinking ki yaar, I really should try to do my sadhana more diligently. The human form is precious. I should not waste this chance. I should study regularly. I should visit the temple regularly. I should start my journey towards going back home. Okay? So Satogun makes me experience a lot of gratitude and helps me take positive steps towards my spiritual journey. When I'm in Rajogun, I think yes, I really need to start paying attention to my spiritual journey. There's no doubt about it. I must progress on my spiritual path, but what is the hurry? I can do it tomorrow. Today, I have so many responsibilities and my responsibilities are far more important. Let me first nibhao these responsibilities properly. Uske baad bhajan kriya. Sounds familiar? Right? That is Rajogun. When we understand the importance, but aaj nahi kal. Because today I have material goals which are far more urgent. Please remember, the longer I kneel down to pray, the better will be my work even in my karma yoni. Okay? So even if Rajogun, even if my material obligations are very, very important, I need to in fact pray harder. And then of course, mode of ignorance, we know what happens, right? We start questioning, yaar Bhagwan hai ki nahi? Kya pata, no one has ever seen him, so why waste time in sadhana? So we have to be very, very careful about which mode we let our mind get into. Jheeni, jheeni, bheeni, chadariya. Whatever I am doing today, is going to decide my next destination. Please keep in mind, every action that I am doing gets noted, and that action leads to my next destination. Okay, so in the next two verses, Krishna explains the destination of these three gunas. Okay, dhyan se suno. Please repeat after me, verse number 14. Yada satve pravruddhe tu pralayam yati deha bhrut tadottama vidam lokan amalan pratipadyate. Yada satve pravruddhe tu pralayam yati deha bhrut. Suppose your pralay, your death, comes when you are in satogun. Tadottama vidam lokan. Tada, at that time, you will go to the lokan, the planets of Uttama Vidam, of the great sages, of the knowledgeable, spiritually accomplished sages. Amalan pratipatyate. Amalan, you will become pure, free from the modes of passion and ignorance. Because your end has come when you're in Satogun, you will go to the planet of the pure, great sages and devotees, and that planet is free from the modes of passion and ignorance. So a person in goodness goes to the higher planetary systems. There are 14 planetary systems. The current one, the one that we are in, is right in the middle. Right? Above us, Swargalok. Below us, Bhulok. Right? So the middle systems, Bhuvarlok, is where we are currently. So people in the mode of goodness will move on to better destinations. Right? The Swargalok destinations. There's Brahmalok there. Brahmaji himself lives there. There's Janalok, right? Beautiful planets full of all kinds of opulence. And there we can truly enjoy ourselves. Right? The mode of goodness is the purest form of existence. So those who die in the mode of goodness, they get elevated to the planets where great sages and great devotees live. Okay? If you remember in the 6th chapter also we've done this. Prapya punya krutam lokan ushitva shashvatis samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga bhrashto bhijayate. So what happens when we die in Satogun? We will go to the higher planets and we will live out our punya karma. Then after we spend a long time over there, right, after enjoying every imaginable comfort, then we get sent back to this particular planet of ours and we will take birth in very pious families, respectable Brahman families, Vaishnava families, wealthy families. And in these families, we will continue our spiritual activities so that we go back to Golok Vrindavan. Okay? So this is God's law, the law of karma, where there are no mistakes. We get exactly what we deserve. Okay? So all of us wondering why we are born in a particular house with a particular set of parents, a particular environment, the school we went to, the friends we made, because of our past karma, a lot of it gets enacted in our current life. Okay? So let's see what happens to the others, to the ones who pass away in Rajogun and in Tamogun. Verse number 15, please. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangishu jayate tatha pralinas tamasi Mudha yonishu jayate. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangishu jayate. Those who are in Rajogun, who are greedy, full of material desires, full of endless ambitions, where will they take birth? Karma sangishu jayate. They will take birth in families who are completely karma oriented. Work, work and more work. Those who love making a lot of money, flashy houses, flashy cars, flashy lifestyles, right? Those who are looking for more and more popularity, who are completely taken over by greed, by lust, by ambition. Remember, the Lord never comes in the way. He allows us to fulfill our desires. So for those who die hankering after material opportunities, Bhagwan ji kya karte hain? In their next life, He gives them the opportunity to enjoy material nature to the fullest. Right? I mean, if you look at our Bollywood stars, right? They would do anything for popularity, for ratings, for views. And they work very hard. Don't take that away from them. Right? They work very, very hard. They make tons of money. They become really famous. They also give in charity. So if a person is attached to work, right, because he wants to enjoy the fruits of his work, if a person is materialistic, right, then this person, when he dies in the mode of passion, he is reborn here in this world in karma sangishu, attachment to fruitive action, right? Karma sangishu refers to our entire earthly planetary system, because here people are attached to karma, right? Fruitive work. People are constantly chasing wealth, constantly chasing power. Make sense? So God is giving us a chance to complete our karma yoni, to finish all our desires. Okay? And what happens to the tamoguni person? Krishna says, if you look at the last part of it, tatha pralinas tamasi moodha yonishu jayate. For one who dies in tamogun, moodha yonishu. He is born in the yoni, in the womb of moodhas. Families of drunks, families of illiterate people, among the stupid species with no intelligence. They live like dogs, like pigs, like donkeys, right? Like trees. They're born in a place where they're incapable of realizing their human potential, right? They do not perform any activity that gives them spiritual benefit, right? This last line is actually very scary. We tend to just assume that if not in this life, then I'll finish it in the next life. But remember here, Moodha Yonishu Jayate. Krishna is clearly telling us that if we are lazy and if we do things that are completely in Tamogun, then it is possible that we may not even get a human life. It is possible that we may degrade to an animal life form, right? We could just slip down to the lower species. So human birth is not guaranteed. All paths are open at all times, right? We could climb upward in our spiritual evolution, we could remain at the same level, or we could slide down based on which mode is more prominent in us, right? All of us see this, right? We see our poor house helps, right? We see कि भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम है, हस्बैंड घर में बैठा हुआ है, सुबह से रात तक दारू पी रहा है, गुस्सा आया तो मारता है ना? We've all seen this happen. Unfortunate. Remember how scary this is. Why are certain people born in those families? Why are those little babies on the road begging? है ना, रोंगटे खड़े होते हैं. You just don't know how to react. You know you don't want to give them money, and your heart goes out to those little babies, right? Please remember, our karmas decide our next placement. है ना? So be very, very careful. Verse number 16. Karmana sukrutasyahu satvikam nirmalam phalam rajasastu phalam dukkham ajnanam tamasa phalam. Okay, again a very simple, very direct verse. It is telling us what are the results of working in different modes. If I am working in Satogun, if I am doing pious work, then Satvikam Nirmalam Phalam. Nirmal. The results will be free from all mal, all impurities, right? Which means my result will be very, very pure. When I am in Satogun, I am full of knowledge, right? I use my wisdom. I apply my virtues, right? There is purity of thought. My actions are selfless. So when I work in this state of mind, then obviously, because my intention is pure, then the results are also very heartening, very satisfying. Nirmalam phalam. I get pure results. But rajasastu phalam dukkham. Activities which are performed in the mode of rajasas, passion. Rajogun mein, whatever activities I do, they result in dukkham, in misery, in pain. Right? The desires that I have, they're constantly agitating me. Right? My senses are constantly agitated. My mind is constantly anxious. And the more I get, the more I want. And the more I want, the more I need to go out there and work. There is no escape. Right? I'm so caught up in this. I want. I need to work. My health suffers. My relationships suffer. Right? So the phal that I get when I'm in Rajogun is dukkham. It leads to misery. However hard I work, because I have a particular desire. है ना, बहुत मेहनत की, BMW ले लिया, अब एंजाइटी, एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो क्या होगा, बच्चे को चलाने दो, क्या हुआ. Nowadays everyone is so scared to send out their kids with fancy cars, right? We all know what's happening in the news. So rajasastu phalam dukkham. And as far as the mode of ignorance is concerned, ajnanam tamasa phalam. Right? What is the phal when I am in tamogun? Ajnanam. I am full of ajnan. I have no knowledge. And so all my activities will lead to more and more tamaha, which is what? Darkness. Ajnan is ignorance. Tamasa is darkness. So when I am full of tamogun, I have no respect for Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Whatever I do is sinful, because all I have is perverted desires, right? I want to relish perverse pleasures, and with that I get deeper and deeper in ajnan, right? Ajnanam tamasa phalam. Right? We see what is happening in this world out there with drugs. Right? Are we able to come out of it? Any kind of intoxication, right? Anything that we get, which becomes a habit and which drags me down. Kya ho gaya? Ajnanam. So we need to purify our habits. Our sadhana is what should become our habit. अगर chanting नहीं हुआ है, तो इंसान ने तड़पना चाहिए, ना कि सिगरेट नहीं पिया है या दारू नहीं पिया या ड्रग्स नहीं लिया है, इसकी तड़प. We need to change what we are tadpifying for. Right? We should be intoxicated, but intoxicated with Harinam. Otherwise, all that will happen is Ajnan and Tamasa. Okay? Next verse, please. Very simple verse again, verse number 17. Satvat sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha evacha pramad moha tamaso bhavato ajnanamevacha. जितना मैं सतोगुण में होंगी, उतना I will get the rewards of being in सतोगुण. जितना मैं रजोगुण में काम करूंगी, उतना मैं रजोगुण का work will keep increasing. And the more I spend time being in tamogun, the more I will want to continue to be in that horrible gun. Please understand, Satvat sanjayate jnanam. Because I am in Satogun, I will get jnan. I will get more and more knowledge, more and more wisdom. I will get the ability to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. Right? The more I am in Satogun, my desires will calm down. I will start experiencing a feeling of happiness and contentment. Don't ever think it's okay for now I'm in Rajogun, later I will move to Satogun. No. Because Rajaso Lobha Evacha. When I'm in Rajogun, I don't have an option. Rajogun inflames my senses. आग लगाता है. It puts the mind out of control. When I'm in Rajogun, I get trapped by my desires. I have no control over my desires. I simply have to work very, very hard. I don't have an option. If I let myself get swayed by Rajogun, then I will only keep running behind pleasures and wealth and fame and more accomplishments. Right? It is a meaningless pursuit for my soul. Please understand, at my bodily level, in this material world, I will be very, very accomplished. But my soul gets degraded day after day. And I can never think कि अच्छा वो गाड़ी आने दो, फिर है ना मैं अपनी पढ़ाई शुरू करूंगी. वो और एक बड़ा घर बनने दो, फिर है ना मैं चैंटिंग शुरू करूंगी. बच्चों का सेटलमेंट होने दो, फिर मैं एकादशी का व्रत करना शुरू करूंगी. No, there is no tomorrow. Whatever we need to do, we need to start today, now. Right? We will continue our material pursuits side by side. But when we start investing time in Satogun, our material pursuits will also start losing their attractiveness. Right? We will start doing whatever is necessary with a very Satoguni mindset. Please remember, last week also we understood that it's not that I will fail in my material pursuits. I will not. But my mindset will be purified. Right? So I will purify my man, buddhi, ahankar. I will be able to do my material obligations also very, very well. Okay? And what is it saying about tamogun? Tamogun? Pramad moha tamaso bhavato ajnanamevacha. This person, he's covered with pramad, with moha, right? With laziness, with ignorance, with darkness, with pride. Because of this ignorance, this person performs sinful activities, wicked activities, finally suffers. Right? Krishna really wants us to move to Satogun. He wants us to understand what the destination is, where this is pushing us. Right? So in the next verse, he even talks about the consequences. तुम्हारा future कैसे दिख रहा है? Right? Let's do verse number 18. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishthanti rajasaha jaganya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasaha. Krishna is very clearly telling us that the responsibility of where we go is ours. Right? Sole responsibility hum pe hai. We all understand reincarnation. Correct? We all understand कि next birth hai. Reincarnation of the soul in the next birth is linked to the gunas which are very, very prominent in our personality. When we complete this present life of ours, our soul is going to go to that place which is best suited for us. Please remember, based on our gun, whatever is best suited for us, that is where Krishna is going to place us next. Right? It's like, think of it as our children applying for college. Right? They've completed school and they're applying for admission to college. There are so many colleges in this country and in other countries. Students who do well get admission in the best colleges. Right? Students who do poorly, right, with their poor grades, where are they going to go? To the bad colleges. Likewise, those who are in Satogun will reach higher celestial abodes. Those who are in Rajogun will return to this earthly planet. And those who are in Tamogun will go to the netherworlds. Right? So I'll tell you a very interesting story. Okay, dhyan se sunna. One man, he's going through the forest. Okay, so there is this person, he's going through the forest. And suddenly, 3 robbers They jump on him and they rob him. Okay? They rob him of everything that he owns. सब कुछ निकाल लेते हैं. After robbing him, one of the robbers says, what is the use of keeping this man alive? Let's just kill him. है ना? Let's just kill him. दूसरा बोलता है, oh, one minute. Why are you killing him? है ना? What is the use of killing this person? जो हमको लेना था हमने सब कुछ ले तो लिया, अब इसको मार क्यों रहे हैं? Let's just tie him to a tree and let's leave him there. है ना? उसको बस एक पेड़ के अराउंड बांध देना, वहां पे छोड़ दो. First robber wanted to destroy the person. Second robber ties him to a tree. ये बोल के निकल जाते हैं. But after a while, that third robber, he's feeling very guilty, right? So he comes back and he tells this person, yaar, I'm very, very sorry. And I'm sorry that you're hurt. I will untie you. है ना? तो वो आदमी को free करता है. And after setting the man free, he says, come. I will take you to the highway. तो काफी दूर है ना, उस बंदे के साथ चलता है. चलते, they reach the highway. Right? So the third robber, he brings this guy to the highway and says, Acha, from here, go in that direction and you will find your house. Okay? So the man says, Ari, you've been so kind, you've been so compassionate. Bhai, you've been so good to me. Why don't you do this? You come with me to my house. The robber says, no. I can't go to your house. I will get caught over there. Okay? ये बोल के वो निकल जाता है. Robber goes back into the forest. Now please understand this very, very carefully. Okay? We started with, once there was a man going through a forest. This forest is this material world. And the man who's passing through this forest is us, our soul. Please remember, when I say it's us, it's my soul. My soul is traveling through this material world. Right? There are three robbers. Who are the three robbers? Correct. The three robbers, Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. The mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of laziness. Right? All three of them together. What have they done first? Because I'm under the modes, what is the first thing that I'm robbed of? उन्होंने मेरी original identity ही चोरी कर ली. Correct? As soon as I came into this material world, matra sparshasthu kaunteya, I got robbed. I completely got robbed of my original self ka knowledge, of the knowledge ki I am not this body, I am spirit soul. I am child of God. I am on my journey back home, back to my eternal Father. This knowledge I got robbed of. Right? Just imagine what a horrible loss this has been. As soon as I entered this material world, because I came under the modes, I got entangled by the modes. And I forgot that I am Satchitananda. He has clearly told me, Aham Bija Pradah Pita. And I forgot that. I forgot that he is my seed-giving father, Prakriti is my mother. I simply got entangled in this Prakriti, in this material world. Right? So I got entangled. I forgot my original identity. And what happened? I started identifying with this body. And when I started identifying with this body, what did that particular mode of ignorance want to do? चल भी इसको मार देते हैं, है ना? अब इसको लूट तो लिया है, अब इसको destroy करते हैं. Let's kill him. So what does my laziness push me to? It is destroying me. My tamogun, my adnyan. Right? The more I am going away, the more I am getting destroyed. Right? The more I am becoming deaf to those wise words of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Please remember, the more I am in Tamogun, right? When I am doing everything exactly opposite of what scripture is telling me to do, I am destroying my soul. Because that is what tamogun wants to do. It wants to destroy me. When I'm in the mode of passion is saying, भाई इसको मार मत, लेकिन एक काम करते हैं, इसको बांध के रखते हैं. Right? It's not destroyed me completely, but what has it done? Ekdam tightly, it has tied me. Really, really tight to this world, to all my material ambitions. Right? It has tied me so tight that however hard I try, on my own, I cannot become free. है ना? मेरे हाथ पांव बांधे हुए हैं और मैं बस गोल 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 इसी लोक में घूम रही हूं. Right? Same desires. Just never get satisfied and I cannot become free. But God is so kind that goodness comes along. Goodness comes and frees me, unties me. Right? Unties me from whatever passion and ignorance have done. Under the protection of goodness, I can get rescued. Okay? Goodness क्या करता है? सारी गांठ खोलता है. Right? It loosens the bonds that I have to this world. Attachment कम करता है. Right? Helps me get attached to my spiritual quest. करते करते it brings me to the highway. It shows me the path back home. Please remember, Satogun is so beautiful. That particular robber, he is so nice. He unties me. He loosens all my attachments, all my bondages. He reduces all my desires and he shows me the path back home. But keep in mind, he is also a robber. So he's not going to walk back with me to the house. I have to let him go. Right? He cannot give me back that pure knowledge of God. He can show me the path back home. Right? He tells me, ये रास्ता है जो है, ये तुमको घर ले जाएगा. Right? All my study is showing me the path back home. Right? But we all have to understand that it is up to us to rise above the three gunas. I definitely don't want to be in Tamogun. I don't want to be in Rajogun. And even this Satogun is showing me the path. But beyond that, guna se aage uthna hai, gunatit banna hai. Right? We did this last time. My soul is gunatit. It is beyond the modes. And that is where I want to go. Right? I want to develop love for God and rise above the three gunas. Am I clear? Now, how to transcend the modes and how to become gunatit is what God is going to tell me next week. Okay, from verse 19 onwards, we will cover that and we'll complete the chapter next week. Till then, Granthar Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you all for joining. Do we have any questions?
Very good example, Varsha.
Thank you. It is from Satyavati Mataji. Nothing is original.
Yes. Very good.
Thank you, but I want you to keep this in mind. Keep in mind that these three robbers are always robbing us. Right? By more and more study, we will realize our original identity. Okay? But walking the path is on us. So please, day after day, hour after hour, become conscious of the actions that we are doing. Okay? Every action that we are doing, sit down and start evaluating. ये मैंने कौन से गुण में किया? And rectify. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.